All right, well, this is my wife, Kira, which obviously isn't ready. She never really is that ready anyway, but she insisted on doing the test drive video herself since it was hers. And I learned a long time ago, videos make the world of a difference when you're selling a vehicle, especially something nice. So it's a 86, wait 1 second, 86 Grand Wagoneer. If you've watched the other videos, I'm going to repeat this 80 million times, but that's okay. It's better 80 million times than never. 1986 Grand Wagoneer, 185, just under 185,000 miles on the body. Restoration completely done into 2013, beginning of 2014. We bought it from a classic car auction. We've owned it for just over 3 years now. Everything is factory on it. Still has all the mission stuff. The restoration did include rebuild engine, transmission, transfer case, and then they refreshened up the axles. Since we've owned it, we've done pretty much nothing other than drive it and then park it for 3 years because the carburetor on it didn't run super well, at least not cold starts. So we decided to put fuel injection on it. It just took me 3 years to do it. Bought the kit and then parked it in the garage, and then finally, just a few weeks ago, we finally did it. So this has got the front and rear 44, which was factory option, and these things. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, which is the switch right there. High and low, which is that switch down there. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive is nice because a lot of these were full-time four-wheel drive. Factory AC, that's this guy down here. Videos kind of go over that more. 5.9 liter 360. It's got about 25,000 miles would be my best guess since the restoration was done. No more than 30, and it's probably actually under 25, but nonetheless, I just want you to be aware of that. We do have a title in hand, and it is clean. There's no rust on it. We had a couple drips of oil under it. We thought that was maybe one of the seals, which would be weird because everything was redone. And I looked under it just now, and it looks like it's coming from the oil filter. So it just either is not tight down on there or just a seal on the oil filter. Probably from not driving it, because it literally, when we got it, leaked nothing. So good oil change and tune up, which we did not do. We just kind of ran out of time, and I wanted to get it up because it's kind of tax season, and it's about our best window to try to get, you know, close to what we're hoping for on it. We will accept reasonable offers, and we'd love to talk to you about it. Kira is my wife, and she's the one that's going to do this test drive, and go ahead and fire her up. So we did fuel injection on it, and there you go. Main reason was because that right there before would have been an ordeal. It would have been getting in here, getting it warmed up, coming back out, maybe hoping it wasn't dead or died, and then doing it again, and just a cycle thing. Once it got warmed up, it was pretty good, but even then, you know, if you flooded it at all when you're out cruising around in it, then it would run like crap. So it was just constant battle, and Kira would call me and say, oh, I'm broken down, and I finally said, screw it, let's put fuel injection on it and not drive it until we do that. So this Jeep is amazing. We both love this thing, and I wish we could keep it till, you know, the crows come home, but unfortunately we are doing stuff with our business, and more importantly, we're starting a family. So so let's just do a loop with it, and we'll get out on this is a highway out in front of our place. Grand Junction, Colorado. We're in western Colorado. So if you're on the West Coast or anywhere between here and the West Coast, it's pretty easy to get to. You don't have to go over the mountain passes. And if you're on the east side, we can ship it to you, or I can even get it down to Denver pretty easily. I still have family down there and whatnot. So, you know, that seat's not latched. That's what we're hearing right now. That's knocking back there. Let's see if I can get it to land. I should have done this earlier, but when I did that, let me see it here real quick. And then the other thing is, why don't you do the windows while I'm doing that? Because we just put all new regulators in it. Go ahead and put it in park so you don't have to worry about rolling away from me.
It's left front. And it's all the way up and down.
So they were getting stuck before. That's why we did those.
Right.
on this. I don't remember. You remember? Pull tab or something? Oh, there we go. You just gotta have some weight in it. There we go. Okay. Seat folded down. Could show that earlier. And that should stop that from going. And then the other thing I forgot to do, here, are the dogs in the house? Why don't you give me the keys? Let's turn it off real quick. Keep the video going. Because I forgot to roll up this rear window. I'll take that now. Okay, so rear windows power. They do not make replacement parts for these. And I would suggest using this minimal, but I wanted to show that it worked. So, put the key into the slot, and then this guy goes up. Now it does roll up fine, it's a little sluggish, but everything works on it, and that's the way it should stay. Because if you break that window regulator, which I don't know how it would happen, but trust me, things happen to these things all the time, you won't be able to find parts very easily for it. Not impossible, but not very easily. Okay, so did you get all the other windows done?
Actually, the right rear.
Right rear? Yeah, so. And she'll go ahead and turn it on first. Go ahead and start it up because you're killed. Just gotta push the brake in firm and it'll shift down for you. She's used to driving my stick, so give her a little patience. Automatics can be tricky. Alright. Let's just go out here. We'll just do Whitewater. That'll give us a good loop. We can get back on the highway, and we're blessed to live in a beautiful state. We have Colorado National Monument right over the hill from us, but we'll take you up this way. And I'll not talk so you can kind of hear it, but there's no check engine lights or anything like that on. The oil pressure gauge is funny. It works sometimes, doesn't work other times. So we're doing about 35 right now. And it's a tank. I mean, this thing probably weighs 5,000 pounds, so you know, they're old classic tanks, basically. Luxury tanks. Go around that. I don't know what it is, but is there a car there? A car behind you? Oh, you're acting all nervous. Not buckled, so don't kill me, please, Kira. It handles speed well. I mean, it's big, but it's heavy. But straight all the way. So we're going about 50 right now. So no shakes or shimmies or any weird noises or anything. You look so nervous driving it. Why are you so nervous? I used to drive this thing every day. Yeah, so the temp is working. Yeah, that's what I want to show you. It doesn't get hot or anything like that. there's no rattles or clunks or anything. That's the biggest thing. And you know, I know it's 35 here. It's a turn. Some people want to drive these as daily drivers, and that's, you know, this thing's actually doable. The fuel injection really made it come alive, in my opinion. This is going to be a really long video. Once we get out on the highway up here, I'll have her open it up a little bit. She can keep her eyes on the road down here and not kill us. And then we'll stop the video. And we appreciate it. And if there's anything that you heard or you've seen or you wanted to see, you know, let us know. We'd be happy to go over that with you. Our goal is to have this sold by middle of February and on its way to the new home. We have some things coming up into February that we'd like to get wrapped up on, but you know, we're kind of in the neighborhood right now, hoping around 15,000 on it, and that may come down quite a bit. So if you're watching this and it's listed for less, then there you go. And if not, that's kind of about what we have in it, and it's worth every penny of it. And I know some people out there say, you know, Grand Wagoneers are never gonna, you can get them all day long. You know, you can get cheap Grand Wagoneers, but not in this kind of shape, not with these options, not reliable, not, you know, recently gone through and put fuel injection on them. Most of the time I see them, they're modified, lifted, straight, or, you know, or they're rust buckets. There's no rust on this thing, and the fact that it's been restored, the fact that the motor's been done, the fact that the transfer case, I mean, you know, everything's been done on it, you know, is, you know, brakes are good on it. You know, I think it's very, very telling on, you know, what we're kind of looking for on it. But oftentimes I list something, and if we don't sell it, what we'll do is put it up for no reserve, and go from there. So there's a chance that you might later, but we had so much interest on this the first time I thought about selling this thing, and it went up pretty close to what we were wanting for it at the time. And this time I think we're going to hit our number. If you see the video and it's still up for sale, and you think that it's worth what we're wanting, you know, just give us a call. You know, we'll figure out something, and I might even be able to help with getting it to you. So, all right, now we're down on not quite the highway yet. I don't think you're good over here. Just watch your side over there. Nice long test drive video. And this highway, people don't slow down, so we're gonna have to really get out on it and open it up and get up to speed, because it's a not a real fast highway, it's just a state highway. But let's see if we'll get a clear shot here. I think you're good. Go. No, you should have gone, but you hesitated, and that would have killed us. And you got cars coming here in case you can go if you get out. You got a center lane, I believe. Yeah, center lane. Okay. Make sure he's over before you come out. Over. Hey, go ahead and open it up. Just keep rolling. So we're going. You watch the road. I used to do these videos, so almost 70. So a little bit of tire noise. Those are mud tires. If you want a little quieter ride, my suggestion would be to put a little bit tamer tire on it. She'll handle a little bit different, maybe handle a little bit better even. It's got some big knobby tires on it. They look great, but definitely a noisy tire. And then, you know, radio works, I think.
Yes, this is the station.
Here's the, what is the station here?
I don't know the station.
Well, it does work. They ran it on earlier. Oh well, I'll mess with that later. Gotta hold on for my dear life. it up. I appreciate you taking the time. These are lengthy. You probably, if you watch all these videos, spend more than an hour doing it. That's a large time out of your day. You're obviously serious about this thing. You know, give us a call. Let's work something out on it. And, you know, we'll go from there. I appreciate it. Again, my name is Jeremy. My wife is Kira. This is her baby. And soon to be someone else's. So thank you for your attention span.